Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. They've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Vols will get us started with the opening kickoff. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Let's it fly. It's caught downfield.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today about it.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Vols will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attack the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse.
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Looking to go up top on first down. Going to try to get it himself. It's loose. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
That's the end of the first quarter. Georgia 7, Tennessee 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. On the option. Now the pitch. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Motion from the offense. Give to the back. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
Trying to find his man on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. Now on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And he makes the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
He's going to look for a man on third and short. On the run, fires downfield. Makes a connection. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Loses 3. Brings up second down.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Give to the running back. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. Finds his man down the middle. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 14 to Arkansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
He's looking for a man on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Boone. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Gain of 1. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Volunteers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. Lining up to add another.
Is on for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The Dogs in the hurry-up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. Flushed out of the pocket. It's complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Leaves it with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll run the option. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw on 2nd down. He's got it. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Now from inside the red zone. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Going for 6. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Past the first down marker and still running. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Oh, he's going to go for the return. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stands in and takes the hit. Snags it down the right side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Caught near the sideline, it's Boone. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Offense working from the pistol. They'll leave it with him. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They'll ride the hot hand. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Past the 10. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 14 to Arkansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Bentley. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. We saw it on that last play.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Bentley. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. And the Dogs are rolling down the field. Fast motion from the offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. At the 20, he's got space. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. The Bulldogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He's going to pass. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Georgia going up tempo. Touch pass on the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting a fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it.
Tennessee, 14.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Maybe just trying to get some breathing room to kick it away. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. the option look. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Volunteers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Escapes trouble. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. He makes a grab, and he goes out of bounds short of the marker. I don't think he got close.
All right, so they fail on that 4th down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the ball back quickly. Offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
Here comes the option. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water with this offense so backed up. They're able to get to him for a sack, and I give the quarterback credit because I thought he was about to take a safety. Somehow he was able to stay out of the end zone.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deeper. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
A strike downfield. He's off to the races. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown ball. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires on the move. Complete to the right.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving. He just works to get himself open, to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You talk about coming up big in a big moment. Nice job by this defense. You had to make something happen. You had to get the football back so you could give your offense a chance to win this game for you. Nice job by the D.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
The short hands, it's Boone. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Snagged on the outside. It's Luck. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. Defense backed up, and this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll let it fly. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it.